Oh, we're gonna have a good night tonight. I hope that everybody is doing well. I hope everybody has had a great day. I hope everybody's recovered from their holiday. Give me just a moment. And we will be live and in overdrive. Yeah, boy, I got a little story to tell. I'll see y'all. Give me about 1 minute and 15 seconds, and we're gonna be ready to rock. 1 minute and 30 seconds. Get you a drink, get you a smoke, do whatever the fuck you do. Get it together. All right, all right, all right. All y'all. All right, all right, all right. Y'all ready to have a good time this evening? I'm glad to see all you lovely people. Let me just get myself properly prepared here. We'll have a good time. We talking shit. It's Friday. It ain't talking Diary after dark, but we finna have us a good time. We're have us a July 5th party, belated birthday for America party. Make sure you hit that like button. If you're new to this, not true to this, make sure you hit that subscribe button. Excuse me. Got a little story to tell about something that just happened. I mean, just happened. Let me get my little amount of orange juice. I got some more on the way. So it's gonna be my tequila sunset. I know it's way too much sugar in this shit. But oh, I need some grenadine. But all right, let me get my grenadine, and then we finna be on the scene. We finna have a good time. Well, all right now. Let's woo! It could have been another hiatus for your boy Honcho. I'm like, shit, I just got back. Just well, not like that kind of hiatus, but a involuntary hiatus. Woo! Hum na rung kang cow. You on a casino bus? What casino you going to? I'm finna pull up. Hey, how you ain't asked you to go to casino? Just casino and go look, win some money for all of us. You know what I'm saying? 2024, times is hard. Biden got us all broke. Hey man, nice, nice evening. Let's see what we got in the mix. Let's see. Oh, let me put this in here too. If you want to support the channel, please support using the Streamlabs link. But I see Sarah Lou, the lovely Miss Sarah Lou. How are you? Always good to see you. Let's see. Arturo, what's the motherfucking deal? Let me see. Jabari, what's the motherfucking deal? The lovely Miss D the Gamma. How are you doing this evening? I don't even know who the fuck Botrix is. Some got about it. I guess I was signed up for. Forgot about it. Let's see. East Side in the building. Let's see. All right. Wade, what's the mother? That's my guy. We had a good conversation. This conversation is inspired by Wade. Tonight's conversation. We were chopping up in yesterday's stream, man, and went down memory like Indy crossing state lines. Let me find out. Okay, y'all pardon me. I was trying to hurry up real quick, and I was eating. I think it's this fucking. Let me see if I can fix this. I don't like the way this shit looks. Um, and I was trying to eat my food real quick. So, shit, trip. Hold on 1 second. Let me fix this. I was wondering why this shit was. Well, this motherfucker sweating and shit. I was wondering what the fuck was going on. It was just a little bit too hot. Too hot to handle. Anyway. So let's talk about it, man. So look, you know me. First and foremost, as always, it is my honor, my privilege, and my pleasure to get to chop it up with you lovely, wonderful, amazing people. Each and every opportunity that I get, right? Y'all are amazing. Y'all have made my life so much better over the years, and I thank each and every one of you for being a part of my life, and I thank each and every one of you for letting me be a part of your life, right? So tonight we're talking about retired party animals. Just a loose way of saying I was gonna say drugs and alcohol, but I figured you two like, are not gonna promote drugs and alcohol. So last night in the den, we were just kind of having a free for all, and we were just talking about things that we used to consume. We went down the lane of Everclear, MD 2020, or was it Cisco? Y'all talking about the grenades? I forgot what those were. About 211s, Four Locos, all the bad beverages, right? Then we got to start talking about, you know, some of the street pharmaceuticals. You know, back in the day, especially from Texas, the good old Mexican brick. I got these red hairs. Boy, red hairs, that used to be the statement. I got them red hairs. The popcorn, Arizona. And they say the KB. Uh, and then you start getting into some of the more illicit activities, pharmaceuticals, right? And oh, by the way, is the sound better? Let me know if the sound is better. I fucked with mescaline one time. One time may have gotten a cat involved with some mescaline activities, but anyway, we'll talk about it. So prior to the stream, Was out getting some things, went to grab something to drink, grab some food, and made a minor pit stop in a very sketchy area of town. Why I was in that sketchy area of town? Your guess is as good as mine. And if you guess good, then you'll guess exactly why I was there, pending the conversation that we're having this evening. And so I was there a little longer than I like to be. A little miscommunication error, whatever you want to call it. So upon finally getting what I arrived for and evacuating the premises, I mean, literally a minute after, I've been a corner. What do I see when I bend the corner? None other than good old Johnny Law. J-Mel, what's the motherfucking deal? I see Johnny Law. Johnny Law sees me. But I pay it no mind. We ain't tripping. This is not the first rodeo. Whatever. So as I'm going in the direction I'm going, knowing I'm in a sketchy area of town, especially probably one of the most sketchy streets, Johnny Law says they busts a Yui. At that point, I know how this goes, right? Because that wasn't the direction he was intending. The marquee. Good grief. Decides to turn around. So I told you I went to get some food and I'd ordered some food and some things like that. Now, this particular place that I ordered food from here frequently, a little Chinese restaurant. And I like it. Like the one that y'all see me eat the chicken wings and stuff here. And so right when he hits me with the blurp, throws the lights on. He knew, I know, you know what I'm saying? I'm just driving. I'm just waiting for him to hit it on so I can get on. Like, we know how the dance goes. We do the devil's dance. And so he believes I got the window down, sunroof open, So there's no way he can come over here saying, oh, it smells like marijuana, because it absolutely does not. The vehicle's never been smoked in. You know what I'm saying? Not a once, not a never. So that was going to be a no-go. But lo and behold, like I say, won't he do it? The restaurant that I ordered from decides to call me at the exact time he's getting out of the vehicle. So I'm thinking quick because, hey, there's a situation like that. I put that bitch on speakerphone. The Bluetooth's connected to the thing. So I put on speakerphone to make sure that he hears me. Since they're saying, hey, the food is ready. You can come pick it up. Blah, blah, blah. I say, yes, ma'am. I'll be there in just a moment. I'm getting pulled over right now. Once, I get this handled, I'll be there. Okay. All right, cool, whatever. She's like, whatever. And hang up the phone. So he comes up, he's like, yeah, he's talking about the tent, right? And the tent's not that bad. The car just got inspection passed. But, I mean, it's like a percentage away from being illegal here, right? And he's like, well, it's the height. You can't have the whole front windshield. Can't be, this kind of tent and, blah, blah. Now, keep in mind, I'm all over the place all day, every day, right? All over the place, every day, everywhere. Never have an issue. I'm on the side of the cops all the time. I'm pulling up on them. I won't say I'm antagonizing them. I don't do that because you don't want to give them no fucking reason to fuck with you. But there's never been a complaint, never been a matter, never been an issue before. So cool. I'm like, hey, well, I just got inspected. They kind of said, they put the thing on and they said it was a few percentages away from, being illegal, but it's still legit. He's like, cool, whatever. Oh, so he's like, oh, you're door dashing or whatever? I'm like, yeah. Absolutely was not door dashing. At this time, thank God. But because he heard that call, the restaurant, et cetera, so anyway, he takes my ID. I know I'm clean. I know everything done. All my dues have been paid. Except for this one, but we'll talk about that. But it's like, fuck it. Anyway. Fuck it. Look, hey, they're going to have to get that one back in blood. Because I'll never, ever, 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 ever. Look, I done been through probation. I done been locked up in Harris County a couple times. And they still ain't never found that shit. I'm not going to volunteer it, so they can kiss my ass. Like I said, they're going to have to come get it back in blood on that one. But he comes. Like I said, I'm not worried. I was, let's see if he try to play anything. There's really nothing to worry about. Anywho, they just come back. They have a nice day. So again, the whole tent thing was bullshit. Right? The whole tent thing was bullshit, because if the tent was the issue, it would have been a tent ticket. But my thing is, you always speak appropriately. You treat them like people. You know what I'm saying? There's no need to get disrespectful, especially if you're in the wrong. And 9 times out of 10, you won't find yourself in a too precarious of a situation. Like, I know where I was. I know what I was doing. I know the part of town I was in. They just played kosher, right? Now, had that gone any other way, had he been on a trip, well, I'd have been on a trip, right? But that's what I learned. You know, they're people too. Treat them respectfully. A lot of time, I'm telling you, and I learned that from one time when I actually did get a. Well, I was going in for another warrant, and I had the whole situation how they got me, but I had basically had some weed in my sock one time, and I'm at the station, and the jailer passed me down. He finds it. He goes, "Oh, he's got these." He thought it was just great. They're going super nuts. Like, I guess he was going to get a bonus or something for turning me in. But because of how I handled myself, you know, when they came and picked me up, they weren't tripping at all, right? So that's why I thank niggas. I thank niggas for being niggerish, because then I get to play the opposite end of the spectrum, right? Exactly. Exactly. You know what I'm saying? Exactly. And so, because that's not they're not expecting that, right? They're expecting dreads, large black man, full niggerosity, right? And when you give him a little oopsie days, like, "How are you doing today?" "Yeah, absolutely. Have you been checking the stock market? It's out of control." Some stupid shit. They're not gonna give you, like I say, they want to be. It's all in the game. This whole thing, this life that we live, it's all a game. Anyway, but thankfully, grace God, say your prayers. And you know, you ain't supposed to knock on wood. Knock on wood is like it says like a spirit thing. You know what I'm saying? Some kind of little spirit thing. And and anyway, so thankfully, I mean, this happened maybe 30 minutes before the fucking stream was supposed to start. Like, this happened not even it ain't even been an hour. Honestly, it wasn't even an hour ago. Anyway, so thankfully things went well. I did hit one of the dead folk just to say, hey, if I don't show up this evening, just let them know. It's not because I did it deliberately. This time it was out of my control. But there's that. So, with that being said, um, let's get into it. So I was thinking about this topic. I said retired party animals, right? And I was like, man, you know, we were talking about, you know, we talked about a litany of things yesterday, a variety of topics, Delta Echo Golf. Little man just on the island, just in the rough, swinging his putter. Um, I don't believe. I don't believe. I think the days of the market asked for it. I don't believe. I think the days of partying have peaked. Like, I don't think that I think the best parties, and I'm not even just saying like personally or for you and I. Most of us are generally older. I think parties as a whole, the days of party has peaked. I don't think that parties will get to the level that they once were, because the people are not the same. Everybody got anxiety. Everybody antisocial. Like, do you see videos nowadays? Like, I blame P. Diddy for killing the club, and I said this from a long time ago. You know, take that, the shiny suits and all that shit. I felt like that killed the club. But people don't party no more. You look at the shit now. People go spend a whole bunch of money to get a section, to sit there, to look lame. You got a bunch of bopping assholes trying to get in the section, get some bottles, overpriced section. Like, I could sit at home. I could go buy regular price bottles from the liquor store. I could call my fucking friends over and sit down and fucking, you know, do whatever the fuck I want to. But they don't do that shit. Like, nowadays, it's like I said, they get these fucking things and they're lame as shit. Nobody dances anymore. What do they do in the clubs now? They do TikTok dances. uh, uh, you know, that's what they do. Is that what they do in the club now? With all that little weird shit they be doing? I'm a hip out of whack. No, sciatic acting up. I can't do all that shit. But yeah, like, and then weird, and then, you know, they all act like the nigga that, you know, when you used to be at the party, Like that one nigga used to know it's time to go. The nigga, like you said, in the corner with the dark shades. Like they all act like that nigga, right? Like, cause it used to be when you saw that nigga, and it was quiet, wasn't no hoes fucking with him, he wasn't trying to get in the mix, he wasn't drinking. This nigga's about to shoot the party up, right? This nigga is either for to shoot the party up or it's for to start a ruckus. They all act like that. Now everybody's lame. The hoes is lame too. The hoes don't even like the hoes don't dance. I'm like, y'all see videos? Like I don't be in the club. I was never really a big club person anyway. But if you see videos that come out from the club these days, it's everybody standing around. I'll be goddamn if I pay these exorbitant prices because especially being black people beat other black people over the head and blame white people for the problem. Black clubs are the most outrageous shit ever. Most expensive, most overpriced, lamest shit ever. Anyway, so they don't party anymore. Right, and this is not just about alcohol. It's not just about drugs and all that type of stuff. They just don't party. They're lame. Even the drugs they do are kind of whack now. Like everybody's like doing heroin type drugs. Like again, I got a apartment. I got a little hot in here. It's not talking about Nelly. Those were the party days. Tip drill, right? Niggas was partying during the tip drill days. Quick question, fellas. fellas. Some of y'all too young. It's all right, Jabbar. We're gonna forgive you. Ain't your fault, man. Ain't your fault. Jizzy's weird, man. But where were you the first time you saw tip drill? Or do you remember you were probably in your room by your fucking self. It was late at night, BET Uncut. But do you remember your first thoughts when you saw old buddy slide the fucking credit card down the crack of her ass? Right? Because back then that was outrageous shit. That was some wild shit back then, right? Let's take this off. I'll be doing shit. Like that was wild shit. He just, did you see that shit? Nigga slid the credit card down the crack. Don't get powered up the twerk. Like that was crazy shit back then, right? Yeah, there you go. But now everybody's lame. Everybody popping perkies and shit, and I don't even know what perkies do. Like I don't even know what they do. I don't even want to know. Like I have no interest. I was like, why would you do that? Like I have no interest, what I'm saying, in no shit like that. But yeah, like it's just this generation sucks. Like they're mad, and I get it though, because everything's been done. Like, what do you really innovate on? What do you really get to upgrade on? As far as like them motherfuckers back wearing the same clothes we used to wear. Like right now, the adults, the young adults are wearing shit we used to wear back in junior high. You know what I'm saying? They back cutting the pants legs and doing all that weird shit. Like, this new trendy. This shit ain't new, niggas. We was doing that shit in fucking the 90s. You know what I mean? The Body at the end of the movie. I don't remember what happened on Body. I've seen on Body, but I don't remember what happened at the end of the movie. It's been a long time. But yeah, man. So that's what I'm saying. It's just it's much different. I feel bad for him because think about it. And it didn't have to be a party. Like back in the day, we used to party in fucking fields. You know what I'm saying? You'd be in the woods somewhere with a bunch of motherfuckers you didn't know, bonfires, you at the beach. Like it was just shit. A party could turn up anywhere. House parties were live, Motherfuckers go to pool parties now and stand around the fucking pool. Don't even get in. Well, that's definitely a nigga thing. Like what the fuck would you want to go to a pool party for and not get in the pool? Like I don't understand it. But, this is where we are. Absolutely. What? Absolutely. I remember being at a pool party. Goofy ass nigga had a tase. He was tasing people into the fucking pool. I don't think that was good. Yeah, like that's what I say. Like the hoes ain't nothing else, but it happened, and that's the thing too. Not all these bitches wear all the weave and all this shit. They like, bitch, what the fuck is the purpose of wearing if you don't ever do anything to you want to show it off, but you can't ever really do shit. You just a fucking thing. But it's true. I mean, it's very fucking true. It's like, bitch, why are you here? But and they will drown. Look, I'll be honest. Two hoes fall in the pool, knowing that they black, they can't swim. One got a bunch of weed, one got the bust down yaki, and the other one got the other one have a little bitty afro. Maybe some little light. I'm saving the one with the afro. She got some sense. The bust down yaki. I hope she fucking get caught on her own shit, get caught in the pool drain. And anyway, but let's talk about it. Retired party animals. That's what I say. Partying back then was a different game. Yeah, them bitches might fuck around, fly away with them goddamn lashes. And it's just like they don't have fun. Like it's motherfuckers are too afraid that they're gonna make some kind of mistake and it gets recorded, and that's a wrap. Look, I'm pretty sure there are still video. Oh, man, I don't know. I'm pretty sure somewhere, some place, probably some videos of the younger me that probably was hoping wouldn't get out, but who gives a fuck? Uh, but again, like I say, everybody's too worried about being too cool. Everybody, we live in this highlight generation. Nobody wants to get caught making a, making a mistake or looking crazy or anything like that. So here we are. But get into it, like we're talking about different things, different drugs, different things and shit like that, and experiences that we had when young, right? I'll tell you this. I knew I was gonna be a reefer smoker before I knew I was gonna be a reefer smoker, right? Like I remember being young, like young, and and we would get exactly people too worried about recording shit. When something happens, recording is the last thing I think about doing. I'm supposed to be streaming. I don't even be recording like I'm supposed to. Oh, he start streaming, be going, and I ain't even recording. But I remember being young and rolling up like little bits of paper and putting on the stove and trying to like smoke it and shit. Or it used to be these little sticks. We had like this. There was in my apartments when I was younger. There was like some woods next to it, and we had made like this little weird clubhouse back there. And somebody, my little Mexican partners, they found that somebody had like threw a shit ton of Playboys away, like an entire. It couldn't have been a dude. Like it had to be some dude's wife. Probably had to find the clip because this was like a master collection, right? And so whatever reason, they jumped in the thing, and then they took them hoes to the fucking to the little clubhouse. But we would be back there, and it'd be like these little sticks, right? And the sticks were like hollow. And if you would light them up, you could almost like smoke the little, and it had like this little hickory flavor to it, right? And, and motherfuckers be smoking sticks trying to look cool, smoking a little fucking stick. It was so fucking stupid, you know what I'm saying? But it is what it is. But I remember being really, really young. Um, and when niggas be walking down the street, niggas don't give a fuck, niggas smoking, and you smell that fragrance. It was a fragrance, it was a pleasant fragrance, right? And that fragrance it caught my eye. She's like, what is that? What is that? What is that smell? What is that lovely smell that I would like to partake in? Right? And so I knew then that it would happen. You know how they say just say no? Well, I never took DARE. My fifth grade year of elementary, for whatever reason, they didn't have the DARE program. So I blame society for failing me. Right? I didn't fail. Society failed me as a youth. Um, yeah, I've been wondering. I've been wondering where old uh Miss Bell is. I hadn't seen her in a bit. I was thinking about that earlier. I was like, oh, we need to ring the bell. But so yeah, like even from a young age, I knew I was probably going to be susceptible to shenanigans. Now, I honestly, yeah, I do. I do remember the first time I smoked. I definitely did not say no. It was like, oh, well, you're not. I was like, yeah, give me some of that shit. Hell yeah, I'm down to do it. Like, but it was a fucking. it was a weird experience. I think the first time I tried to smoke was like through an apple, and it was not doing it right. You know what I'm saying? Uh, word. That sounds delicious. I need to go get the. I think the orange juice has returned. I need to check it out. Oh man, hey, do your thing. Hey, wait. Trust me. Over talking to a bunch of niggas? Hell yeah, I do this goddamn same thing. So yeah, it was just it was no there was no denying. It's like hell yeah, I want the drugs. Let me try these drugs. Uh, apple cores have arsenic. Well, I'm burning up that arsenic, baby. But I think it was like I forgot how they did it. Like just like cut the top and then I don't know if you hollow it out or whatever. And I don't know how motherfuckers did. That was like the only time I think I ever did the apple thing. But yeah, it was cool, right? It was super cool. And kinda. Kinda yeah, super cool. I got super lit the first couple of times I got high. right? So then, as you progress, you go through junior high, you go through, and then people are doing all kind of shit. There was shit motherfuckers doing. I had no idea at the time. Now you look at it, like, oh, that makes complete sense. Some people were like drugs, like they were all the way drug and drug. I like you gotta graduate. To me, you gotta graduate. Yeah, okay, this is cool. Let me try something new. But you have motherfuckers taking some any and everything, and yeah, and it was some wild shit. But I say all this stuff to say, but even though we did all those things, we engaged in all these behaviors and shenanigans and tomfoolery, we still had a good time for the most part. People still party, even the druggies party, had a good time, had fun. Like it was, even though, like, you talk about those field parties, talk about parties back then. It was weird, especially like school parties, because the the little groups or the little cliques, I guess you would call them, or whatever type, these type of people, they would all be at the party, but they would still be their own little cliques, in those parties. But then nobody was tripping. Like, nobody was on no weird shit. Nobody was on no other shit. It was just people would have a good time. So having a party, y'all gonna be there? Yeah, it's going down. Oh, don't let it be after, especially after the fucking football games. Yeah, you ever say love to bail on you niggas? I'm finna go get some chon chon. But no, the thing about it is, what happened? Like, what changed, right? I don't know if it was the opioid epidemic, or whatever the fuck you want to call it. But yeah, from then to now, things are much different. Now anytime a motherfucker go to party these days, you got motherfucker get pardon me. These motherfuckers getting thrown and locked in refrigerators, and motherfuckers dying, and like it's not fun. And like, I think people invite people to parties to see what kind of torment they can do to motherfuckers nowadays. Like, it don't people like I don't think people believe in having good times anymore. You know what I mean? It's very unfortunate, if you ask me. But like we were talking about last night, though, I want to talk to y'all, and I want to discuss y'all, your youth, your experimentation, things that you may have tried, dabbled with, were against, were for. So I want to put everybody in the chat. If you're still here, if you ain't tapped out, if you ain't getting lit or getting some, what is the first alcoholic beverage that you ever had? Right? I feel this camera's turning that little thing. That's why I got to fix that little deal over there. What's the first alcoholic beverage that you ever had? I know what mine was. Right? It was Crown Royal, or that I recall. It was definitely Crown Royal. Right? A wine cooler. Mm-mm-mm. The MD, yo, that's a tell y'all a story about the MD, and tell y'all about talking about parties. Right, I had a little party one time, and I forgot what we were playing. We were playing something. It was a game with the MD, but you had to like chug the drink, right? Like, you drew a card, you had to drink it for however many seconds. And I was in a room. It was me, these two chicks, and yeah, it was getting very interesting. Last thing I recall before waking up the next day, and again, room was darkened, and you did things of those times, was two lovely pairs of headlights, and this is a metaphor, in my visual. Next thing you know, I wake up the next day, fucking with that goddamn MD 2020. There's been several instances where I've almost got into some spectacular shenaniganery, dealing with some alcohol, and just maybe had one drink too many. Yeah, one drink too many, put it over the limit, and well, another failed opportunity. So yeah, MD 2020, I got like a personal beef I got a personal beef. Yeah, two per. Like give me two per, like the Air Force Ones. Um, bro, like yeah, terrible. But went from amazing to terrible. I was waking up home. I'm like, was that a dream? Did it really happen? Friday. I mean, with a capital fry. Um, I got too many. I got some stories I can tell. I ain't gonna tell them all this evening, but yeah, definitely. Um. So yeah, like I said, but most like high school all that time. Oh, so I am a bag fumbler, right? When it comes to, I got. I can think of at least four, maybe five times that my throughout my life that I was in a said or similar scenario. I mean, we're at the final stretch. I mean, we're talking about the 1600. It's the fucking anchor leg. Like we can pass the baton. We bring this bitch home. We can turn the corner and then just right at the finish line, you just step on the shoelace and just eat. Just I mean, just slow motion. Just terrible, terrible outcome. That I've in a situation like that I have fumbled. At this point, I must avoid situations like that because they just don't work out in my favor. So lease, don't call the police. Um, but yeah, and shout out to Tisha. Um, yeah, it's just it's been bad. So lease, what's the first alcohol you've ever drank in your life, sir? And so like I said, it's just a situation where things did not work out in my favor there. I would say after the reefer experimentals, like I said, I was never really into the. I don't think I've really dabbled too much with the pharmaceuticals. Let me find out you over there sipping a 1974 red wine from the valleys of California. This is a an exclusive. Go get it out the cellar. Um, yeah, it's been a few times that I've definitely fumbled a bag in that scenario. What else? But yeah, so reefer. Like I say, I dibbled and dabbled. Like I told y'all yesterday, I tried the handlebars a couple of times. It just really wasn't my forte. Like I said, a couple times in college because it gets out your system quick. You got drug tests and shit like that. Uh, yeah. What was the time? Like I say, I just didn't like. It wasn't really for me because, like I said, it fucking. I don't like how Xanax make you feel. Right? I just like I do, but I don't like the lowering of the internet. Maybe you're supposed to, most, I guess, because they call them 4 bars, you're supposed to pop them in the little pieces, but niggas just eating them hoes by the whole. So, like, they'll have you chilling and you'll be kind of good. And then next thing you know, you fucking stealing king size candy bars out of a 7-Eleven somewhere for no reason that you don't even want. But, that didn't happen. I'm just making, I'm just saying shit. But yeah, they'll definitely put you on a different wavelength. Excuse me. Um, Boone's Farm. Boone's Yeah, I was Boone's Farm was definitely a junior high activity. What was that other one? What was the other one? This is another one like Boone's Farm. Oh, y'all don't know about that top of the line wine, Carlos Rossi. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Speaking of that, that's an E40 song. I'm very disappointed because E40. Well, I like to think of as a somewhat intelligent guy, or maybe a unique guy. I don't know if intelligence is the word, but unique. Out there campaigning real hard for Joe Biden. That's very unfortunate. At top of the line wine, Carlos Rossi. Carlos Rossi. What else? What was the other one? So yeah, so like I say, going from handlebars, things like that. I would say there was like I think yeah, acid was eighth grade. I had a couple of acid trips in eighth grade. I actually took one right before it was summer eighth grade, going into have to go to football trials for ninth grade. Like that night, I was up there the entire night. I went to fucking tryouts, out of there, drinking Gatorade, trying to make it. And that surprisingly did very well. Um, yeah, so there was that. Acid was a very interesting thing, though. Might have been, I'll say to this day, that might have been the funniest night of my life. Not because of the things that were happening, just because of my reaction to the fucking acid. Like, I mean, literally laughing at any and everything. Um, just started a bunch of chaos that evening. Uh, you said a nigga went to go steal some shoes and tried putting in an application while still. Yeah, that's next level. I don't know if that's next level niggadry or if that is being efficient and just druggadry. I don't even fucking know. I don't even know what you call that shit. Like, what do you what do you call that shit? Um, what was the other thing? Fucking oh yeah, like I say at that point, by the time high school, like I say, I don't think I fuck with too much else. Then, like I said, get to college. Of course, you sip and drink. You sip drink all in between. I guess I shouldn't exclude that. You're gonna sip all, do all that. I was never a big drink head, but I definitely like to sip. Like again, because it's just being super sluggish and not being in control of shit. That's the level I like. I'd rather be up and alert than just be like in a point where like if some shit pop off, like I'm fucking stuck. Like, never in my life have I ever tried wet. Like I'll never ever ever engage in no wet. Like smoking sherm wet. That's the weirdest fucking shit to me. I'm smoking strack of sherm. Like nigga try to say like get that shit out my motherfucking face. Like ain't no way. Like wet to me is the craziest shit. Like embalming. Like all the nigga had to do was tell me that this is what they put in dead people's bodies, and that was enough for me. Like I didn't need any more. I didn't need any more um updates. I didn't need any more information. I didn't need any more. That's cool, man. No, no, thank you. What was the other one? Like I said, so college was definitely the tab experiment, and that's when I say that's when most of the last night when the Dolphins were blue and the Doves were white. That's when you knew your ass was gonna have a very good night. Dog, like if you've never in your life, and that's and again, and you're like, oh, you're too old to be talking about this stuff. See, I don't have kids. I don't have to be responsible. I get to be I get to be the old man in the club one day, right? But I'll never be in the club nowadays because the club suck. But so it's like if those ever made a comeback, like to the point like where they were, I cannot honestly say that I would not be entertained. I would definitely. I would definitely. It's not even. It's not even like you used to feel. All right, that's a bit, Jay. Holla at your boy. You used to feel like a fucking movie star on them hoes. Like on the fucking back in the day when they were good. Like one when they first tell you like, yeah, you're gonna be up on the bitch for 8 hours and blah blah blah. Like first it's like, it's a long ass time. It's a shift. Like I don't want to put in a fucking work shift on my drugs. Like I want to do the drugs for a little bit, all right, just like a little while, and then I want to kind of chill out, right? Like I just want to do them for a little bit, and then I want to kind of chill out. I don't want the drug to like override everything and everything I got. Well, like I got shit to do in the morning, right? But yeah, those tabs, that was a phase, and I'm not gonna say I regret it. I'm not gonna say I regret it at all. I probably fucking with them motherfuckers. I almost fucking fucked my dick off. Like I did some like it, like I said, when you used to feel like a movie star, I probably told this story before. I probably told this story before. We was in college, and my best friend that came through, and it was like his first time fucking with him. I'd fucked with him a couple times before that, and we had some hoes in the room and all this shit. And this back when we used to. Well, I wasn't rapping no more then, but my best friend, he could really rap. He really could spit. And so in my room, we had these like full length mirrors, right? Like full length body mirror type things. And so when you was on them fucking the beans, tabs, whatever you want to call them, like it used to give you this, I won't say euphoric feeling, but it just made you feel invincible, right? It made you feel like you were the livest shit on the entire, like people who have stress and anxiety, like I don't, they need to, if that was like a legal prescription, I would advise it because it made you feel like you could do anything. You were the greatest at whatever it is you did. Motherfuckers couldn't tell you shit. Like I'd fucking pop with them hoes, and then by the time everything was said and done, like the next day you'd have all kind of numbers. If I don't even remember half these bitches, like where'd I get these bitches numbers from? Like, and it was just it's just automatic. It was just you. It was another level of thing. If they can make it controllable and put it in a way that it was safe for society, didn't have people going too crazy, I would advise it, right? But anyway, best friend comes over. We got some hoes here. We got some shit going down. We're smoking, having fun, drinking, all that good shit. And he's rapping because it makes you very talkative, makes you very active, very talkative, right? And shit, that's what I need for the fucking stream, so that way I can just talk all day and be able to force myself to talk. But be very talk. So he's rap. I mean, when I say rapping, like rapping for rapping for like an hour, bro. Like Noble, like when I say he was rapping in the mirror, he called my partner. Like he called my other partner, called him. He didn't. My partner did. So he starts rapping into the voicemail, um, like about any and everything going on. And then too, they back in the day used to make you like they would make you kind of weird, emotional. Like somebody you hadn't talked to in a long time, you gonna call him, man, I miss you, man, I love you, and blah 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 blah. Just like it was it was the craziest fucking drug. So we're sand trout fishing all night. I wonder what that's like. I need to go. I ain't been fishing in a long time. I need to go fishing. I do. I've been thinking about it. I've had some dreams about fishing recently. I had a crazy dream last night. I'm glad I don't even remember most of the details. Like I remember parts of it, but yeah, it was. I don't even. I'm glad I don't even remember most of the details because. But it really made me think about some shit. But yeah. And so he was like, my nigga, you gotta chill. It was like I said, it was to the point where he was rapping for about an hour, and he was like, man, fuck them hoes. I remember one of the bitches looking like, what I'm saying? He was like, man, fuck them hoes, man. I'm feeling myself. Something he said. And it was super funny because it was really, when it came down to it, it was like, fuck them. You know what I'm saying? Either way it goes, it was like, fuck them. Yeah, I told him the thing. I fixed the mic. I figured out what it was. I had to move some shit around appropriately. But yeah, so when I say rap for hour, it was like tell it to get him to chill. He's like, man, fuck them hoes, blah, 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 blah. It was super fucking funny. But those were too good of a drug back then. Right? Like too good. And I know people say I guess it was the MDMA or whatever. I don't really know. I've never fucked with the pure MDMA. I know motherfuckers talk about the Molly and shit. I ain't never fucking no shit like that. Um, what else? What else? But yeah, like I say, in the youth, it's. I'm not anti drug. It's just certain drugs that are just a hard no, right? Like heroin. Like I don't want needly drugs. I'm not using any needles, right? Oh man, the blues, like I said, the blue dolphins, the triple stacks. It's a double stack, just triple stack. Them blue dolphins, them the white doves, and yeah, no crack. Like I'd heard motherfuckers say crack is too good. Like this sounds crazy. I know meth, no crack. Like yeah, definitely don't want no fucking that off the wall shit. Like um, it's a like it was blue dolphins, the white. What was the green? What was the green? I know the green. The green was something that it used to be a lot. Then motherfuckers just start pressing up everything on everything. Um, I want to say they had was it the ladies were white? The little ladies on the back of the truck, like it used to be like the ones like on the back of the truck. Um, and then what was the other one? What was the other one? It was a couple of tabs at that time that were just like they were really, really, really fucking good. But yeah, so it would be certain ones you knew and you saw the oh bitch, yeah, we finna have a good time. It was the green, like they had the little dots in them and shit, the little speckled shit. But yeah. So like I say, it was a different experience. It was an interesting experience. And like an advocate. I don't want to say I'm an advocate for drug use. Yeah, the X. No, no, not the Quaaludes, not. No, no, EXO, yeah, EXO. Like the EXO, that whole EXO phase, like I said, they had a bunch of I'm trying to think what it was. It wasn't Pink Ladies. It was something. Because it was a couple of like staples. They're like, you got one of those, you're like, okay, yeah, this bitch gonna be good. Um, yeah. As I got older, um, like I said, and I had my ventures, things I got jammed up for. I talked about last night about the volumes. I know y'all know about the Texas cocktail. That was the somas and the hydrocodone. Now, that shit fucked a lot of people off. That shit got a lot of people fucked off. Um, I tried it once or twice, maybe twice, and I understand why people liked it. Like, don't get me wrong, I understand why people like the fucking the little cocktail. But ain't no motherfucker where like I knew motherfuckers used to pop like 5 and 5, and like as a dose. So like they're gonna pop 5 and 5 in the morning, couple of hours, 2 or 3 hours. They're gonna pop 5 and 5 more. Like they're probably gonna pop 25 hydrocodones and 25 somas in a day. Like the tolerance would get fucking crazy, crazy, crazy. I remember when somas like motherfuckers used to give them away. Like they were just like they were like trash people. Like nobody gave a fuck about it. They just give them away. They like, "Oh, I don't want to." And then as shit went along, the most started going up, and probably motherfuckers started fucking with them when they, that little combination. The motherfuckers really wanted them hoes. Cause I remember I used to get them bitches and be like, "Shit, I just sell the whole batch," and then like just give somebody a deal on them hoes, and then fucking when I started realizing that little combo, that's where it goes. Um, but yeah, like I'm not saying that everybody should try drugs, right? Because there are some people who have very addictive personalities, and flexible. I ain't never fuck with that. I never came across those. I don't think. Now, like I said, I know we used to be Lord sets, Lord tabs. Uh, I can't remember. It's been so long. I can't remember which ones. I know it was the blue ones and the green ones. Um, was it the Lord tabs was the greens and the Lord sets was the blue? I can't remember. It's been so long. All right, bar. Like, oh, that's all it was. Man, I remember niggas trying to sell that shit that they be giving all the niggas in jail when they can't fucking yeah, they can't at the Seroquels. You know what I'm saying? They were trying to sell a cereal. Now they used to have them other ones too. So they had like you said, the Watson ones, but then they had like these flat ones, and everybody hated them flat ones because they had that like time release coating thing on them. And so motherfuckers didn't want those. Like if you had them hoes, you was gonna have a little bit of a time trying to move them bitches. Um, but yeah, I used to hate when I came across those. Uh, wide variety of Xanax. We talked about all the various Xanaxes and shit. I just had to chew them and drink a Coke. So I didn't know that. So here's the thing I used to notice though, like all the people back in the day when I used to dabble and dibble, like either that shop with me or that I would, run for whatever purposes, um, like they drank Dr. Pepper. No, that's all right. Sure, you're gonna be a druggie when you retire. All the shit that you missed. Yeah, it's definitely a retire. Retired party animals. Druggies such a harsh word. Party animals. Um, what's the other thing? What's the other thing? Well, something else that I said I wanted to mention. I fucking couldn't think about it. No, I'm not hating it, but I just noticed that they all drink. Like I didn't know if it had like a special effect on it or something or what. Because that would always be the thing. It would always be Dr. Pepper. Like, because like, even when I used to run, like I'd make sure treat my runners real good. That's why I always kept them on. I was always stay real good. And they be like, hit the store. Well, you want something? Ah, yes, AME, alternative medicine enthusiasts. And they always want Dr. Pepper. Didn't matter who it was, where it was, whatever. It was always Dr. Pepper. But I do encourage people to experiment. I think this thing that we call life is it's a beautiful thing, right? But I do think that you should explore alternative states of mind. Man, what yeah. That motherfucker was taking anything that allegedly had some vitamin C in it, anything that allegedly yeah, you ain't lying about that. It was the what was it? What was it? It was the OJ. Motherfuckers, yeah, get the XO, got the OJ, you get your gum. What else? It was something else. At home, I used to do the Vicks. My partner from Florida, he would put like Vicks on himself and shit. I ain't never do all that. What else was it? It was just like you had to have a little, you know, a little package together to get the full experience. Motherfuckers drinking OJ all goddamn night. Or if the shit wasn't good, if it was like a little W, oh man, you drowned it out. You drank too much. You drank too much. Oh, you drowned it out. Like it would always be some kind of terminology or some kind of fucking belief. The alphabet menu, that doesn't make any sense. What does the alphabet menu have to do with uh experiencing alternative states of mind? One thing is, again, some of the greatest minds in history. Who was it? You know, people that look up who was the Freud. I want to say it was it Freud or Young. One of them was I don't know. One of them used to be on the powder. Like who was it? Is it Freud the one they considered? Okay, who was the one they considered the father of not psychology, therapy? Oh, was it Freud that came up with therapy? Yeah, yeah. Like they fucking they would do. Like I think that there are certain things like we as humans we don't realize like what we do to ourselves. But I believe that the best shit that it comes from an alternative state of mind. Think about your boy Jordan Peele. He talked about it with all his fucking movies that he writes. He gets fucking blitzed, and he just comes up with this shit. It makes fucking sense, but I don't know what kind of weed he's smoking because half his fucking movies don't make any sense to me. You know what I'm saying? Oh, it's Roy was. I didn't even know the rest of that. That's terrible. Or was that? That's super terrible. Um, who else? Uh, but like I say, I think these things matter. Like think about all the artists that you know. No, the people who create, like creatives, generally have some type of additional assistance, right? Some kind of additional influence into their creativity. Then you got to think of some of the shit that people come with. There's no way, like a normal human being in a regular state of mind comes up with some of the shit, some of the art and things that you've seen in life. There's no way, right? And so like I'm not talking about getting addicted. I don't think it's a problem trying things, right? But you have to know your ability and what you can and can't handle. I believe that various types of liquor are drugs, right? Yeah, think about it. I mean, shit. All fucking 70s, all the great classic rock, but shit. All the fucking jazz musicians. Come on, like motherfucking party animals, right? Like so that's what I'm saying. It's I think to reach into those areas, those I won't say dark areas, but in those places, like yeah, you got to find some kind of uh 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 um oh shit. What's wrong with the shirt? What's the shirt? Like heroin's a weird thing to me, right? Because I don't like I know motherfuckers in New Orleans like to toot heroin. I don't think I could do it. Like, and I know that a lot of pills, a lot of like opiates are basically heroin in a different form. So I don't want to sit and be like, oh, I'm too good for that. But like the way you think about it is that you tend to think of heroin as motherfuckers running that shit, right? Same thing too. Like that's a wild thing because I look at snorting something versus running something completely different. There's a time, I dibble dabbled and then pushed a little yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's crazy. But that's what I say, like at the same time, though, think about it. Like think about drink. It's liquid heroin. right? It's like I'm not understanding the shirt hate. What's wrong with the shirt, Trill? I mean, I think it's a very lovely shirt. Y'all know I'm just getting started, right? Because this is all part of the plan. There will be y'all have no idea. So stay tuned. If for nothing else, more shirts. Um, see, and this is why I had to get rid of the green screen, right? And it's super funny because I don't even know what the fuck this is. I just came across a collection of shirts, and so I figured, fuck, it, I'm gonna start using them. But that's why I had to get rid of the green screen because like I could only wear certain colors because if you wear like certain blues, certain greens, certain yellows, it would kind of cause disappear and look real weird. And like, I didn't like that shit. But it does. Now that you mention it, now that you guys mention it, kind of looks like I can see the clouds of smoke. Looks like fucked up lettuce or something. I don't know. But yeah, like I look at it differently. But like I say, it was a point in time that I was never really my forte. I'd have a little bit, and if people were looking for it, and the first time I knew about somebody running powder, like, and they told me they would do it in between their toes, so one nobody would see the fucking marks. But like I just thought that shit was crazy. There's like there's no there's no need for needles in my motherfucking in my repertoire. You know what I'm saying? Like there's no, and it's crazy because when I like tattoos, love tattoos, want to get some more very soon. Um, but needles, as far as I don't be want to get shots. I don't want to get extra vaccines and shit. Much less have a motherfucker just for my drug use. Like have to. I don't trust myself. I don't think I have a steady enough hand. One, I wouldn't, but two, like I be to missed the mark somewhere and fucked it all up. Be to push the air bubble in my shit or something. Probably pushed the shit in my vein and killed myself. Like I don't fucking know. Like it's just too much. Like it's too much. And then the same thing, like I'm saying with the heroin though, is like you said, I prefer to go to have more energy and be alert and be able to do stuff than just be to the point where I'm like melted off in the couch. Like I prefer an indica to a sativa, right? I mean, I'm not a sativa to an indica. Um, Indica's cool. Bedtime, you want to lay it down, you want to relax, you want to chill. But if I'm gonna be out and about and actually do things and be in public for whatever reason, yeah, I want a sativa. I'd rather that a little bit more alertness, right? But yeah, well, I don't want to call it alertness, but yeah, I look like an extra on higher alert. I've heard it all. Terrible. Um, so again, I'm not anti-drug, right? But I think though, once you get to a point, you're a certain age, if you do have responsibility, once you have family, and all those things, there's certain shit you can't do. I got a thought though. I got a real interesting thought. 'Cause this is something I used to think about when I was younger. I was like, if I ever had a kid, how would you feel if you knew that your child was using drugs, right? Would you be anti or would you be like staunchly against it, especially if you were a user? Or would you be more welcoming, or I don't want to say it welcoming, but like, would you? Here's my logic. Just to skip it off. Like, say if I had a kid and a kid smoked weed, I would rather my kid smoke weed at home, knowing that they're in a safe locale, right? Because you can always tell a motherfucker, don't do this, don't do that, and they're still gonna do things. And I'm not saying that you want to just encourage them to smoke weed, but I feel like I would rather them be in a safe place where you kind of have an eye on them and can kind of control the environment versus being out and about doing who God knows what with who God knows who and getting put in whatever kind of situations, right? And so, because I mean, when I was young, shit, we used to. Well, my mom, she would every now and then. If I asked, she probably would buy alcohol. But I know I have friends, especially my Caucasian friends. Their parents would always let them drink on the weekend, so we go over there and party. We go over there and fucking get drunk. I remember one time party with my partner. I'm definitely against those niggas. Oh, did I say? I think I sent it to you, Trill. Did you see that they put Charleston White in the Boondocks? cartoon, the one where remember they was at the movie theater. Um, yeah. Say what's the thing? Hendrix, Stevie, and Joplin have in common. What is that? Is the 27 Club? Is it 26 or 27? One of those things. I think I can't remember if it's 26 or 27. Are they all OD? Okay. Okay, it was 27. Okay. Yeah, who was it? What's her name in it too? No, I'm not putting her in the same category, but super heavy drug user. What's her name? Y'all know what I'm talking about. Not Hendrix. Winehouse. I want to say Winehouse. Was she in the 27 Club that they called it, or was she a little bit young? Yeah. No, hey, I'm gonna tell you this. I'm gonna tell you this, and y'all can say whatever the fuck y'all want to say about me. Stevie Ray Vaughan's Little Wing. And what's his name, Little Wing? I may just have to give the nod to man, Stevie was a bad boy. You say my coworkers allowed to taste drinking home. They say it's better than allowing him to drink and kill themselves. I mean, that's what I'm saying. Like in this day and age too, with the ignorance and the wild shit. Like I think it's better to be realistic with your kids. You know what I'm saying? Like I think it's better to be honest with them because again, one, I got friends that have children, and I know that you say, but Stevie Ray gave all the props to Hendrix. Like I say, it's both of them were some bad motherfuckers. Don't you mean? Hey Joe. Every time I hear that song, I think of this. Unfortunately, the current administration. Oh, I got friends who have children who have no idea, who have no idea. It's like, man, because people grow up, they change, they switch up, especially when they have families. They tighten it up. I know some kid, they think they parents are super square. Like you have no fucking idea who your parents or your dad used to be, your mom used to be back in the day. Like I said, I got some people who got kids. They don't know, your daddy was a gangster. That motherfucker was a wild motherfucker. And like it is just, and I guess it's a good thing too, because I don't know. Like I said, I don't know, because then you use well, you did it, and again, to each their own. All right, to each their own. But I just find that funny because I'm just like, man, if y'all really knew, but that kind of brings it full circle. Like I say, nowadays they don't move the way we do. I don't think kids embrace shit. Like they're too distracted by the phones and the nonsense. They're not living. They're not living at all, right? And they don't have any idea. They don't have social awareness in a lot of situations. But it's super funny because they think that they're more knowledgeable than ever, but in reality, they're not. Right? So, I'm looking at this thing. Let me know if it looks like the. So I'm trying to make sure it looks like, I don't know if my sound got off, if the video's a little off from the sound. Let me know how that looks, because it looks a little different on my end. But yeah, it's like if you knew the shit that me and your pops used to get into, you'd have a different level of respect for them. Like the shit y'all doing right now ain't nothing. Oh, word. Oh shit. That's what's happening. That's what's happening. I love to see that. I love to hear it. That's what's up. Because you got so many motherfucking kids nowadays that's just existing, right? And like I said, I feel bad for them. I do feel bad for the youth to some extent. Um and I think that's the thing too. I think that's a good point too, because parents who did dibble dabble and you know, who understand the program, they know the signs, they know the behaviors, they're able to nip that type of shit in the butt. You know what I'm saying? Like in the bud. But the parents who were maybe a little more square, or maybe didn't, they have no idea what's going on, or they don't know how to handle it, or don't know how to have those conversations. Um, yeah. So I do find that to be a very, very interesting thing. Give me 1 second. I'm gonna give me a little dibble for my mixture here. Give me about 28 seconds. Something like that. Cool. Um, Good, good. Yeah, and that's what I say. That's my thing, man. Like the city's a terrible place. I really believe it because once you have too many people with too many opinions trying to tell you how to live, the two worst things, in my opinion, in America, when we're talking about maybe I don't want to say social structure, I guess, or communities or whatever, are major cities and HOAs. HOAs is like that. Like I get it, I get it, but yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like I'd rather throw a fucking trailer in the middle of a bunch of acreage and just be cool than fucking have to listen to some fucking pretentious ass motherfucker tell me how my fucking property's supposed to be, what I can and can't paint my house, and how many cars I can't have in my fucking yard, visitors and shit like. It ain't no motherfucking way. You know what I'm saying? So there's it ain't gonna happen. But but right, bring it back to party animals and tabs and things and all those shenanigans that we used to get into. I'll tell you one thing about the my little EXO run back in the day. All right, and I'll be honest, they're not the same recently. I've come across some, you know, every now and then. I'm just like, let me see what's going on here. It's not the same. Well, we talking about I got to pop five, six, seven. There ain't no way. Let me get it. But the best thing about tabs back in the day was if you had a female on the tabs. You didn't need a party. You didn't need to be out in the festival. You ain't need to be raving. You ain't need to do none of that. All you needed was a couple exos and a dedicated space. And you were going to have the time of your life. A little bit of music. That's all you need is a dedicated space, some music, and a broad. And it's a wrap. It is a wrap. A wrapperoni with like shout out to my nigga Wink, a wrapperoni with cheese. Bro, like don't go chasing waterfalls. Oh no, baby. I'm diving in the ocean, baby. I'm glad you mentioned that. You talk about GHB. I've heard of it. I've never tried. I don't even know what it is. Like I've heard of it, but I don't know. Matter of fact, I'm gonna say at some point in time, somebody tried to offer to sell me, but I was like, I don't know what the fuck that is. I don't want it. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm gonna have to reach out. Like, what is it? What does it do? Shout out to Chuck and Driving TV. Like, what does it do? Because I'm not familiar with it. Yeah. You said gamma hydroxy butyrate. Yeah, like I said, I've heard of it. Again, like I said, it's certain shit. Like I said, I don't want to be like, look, fuck around, be like some of that flock of shit. Have my skin turned all scaly. I tell you one thing, a nigga ain't gonna ever I tell you one motherfucking thing, you ain't gonna ever have to worry about me. You ever tried? What was that shit? Jinkum? Jankum? Jinkum? Yeah. Yeah, good luck with that. You say when it's content amplified, oh shit. I don't know if that's a good or a bad thing. 'Cause I ain't gonna lie. I think I had one, I wouldn't even call it a bad trip. I'd say an angry trip on some tabs, like around Super Bowl time. I was just super mad because good fun. And it's just, yeah, that wasn't a go. Because I try not to be an angry person. I definitely don't want my anger amplified in any kind of ways. What I do. But oh, word. So if you drink alcohol with it, like it's a rap, like or any drink like drink any kind of beverage. Period. That's interesting. That's interesting. Last talk about one. Oh, okay, alcohol. Okay, man. Mm, I don't know. I might have to put that. I don't know if I want to put that on my bucket list before I clock out. And the reason why, like my view of drugs and things like that changed. Y'all remember? I don't know if you ever saw that movie. Um, what was it called? Little Miss Sunshine. Little Miss Sunshine. And the grandpa in there, he was like doing heroin and shit, and he was like, "Fuck it." Like I'm 70 years old. Shit, why the fuck not? Like I believe old people. Fuck. If you're old, you should do all the drugs. Like if you're retired, why wouldn't you? Like if you're retired, why are you not on drugs? Like if you have retired from working, you're like vacationing, you're living like why wouldn't you? Why not? Like why wouldn't you do it? I mean, what is the point? You know what I'm saying? Like you should. You're supposed to be living your best life, especially in this the way shit is set. So I think retirement is a big scam anyway. But like why not? I would absolutely I would absolutely do all of it. I'm not saying do heroin, but that was his that was his that was his shit. Like he was doing it, and I think in the end, like he ended up I don't know if he ended up dying or whatever. I can't remember. It's been a long time since I saw that movie. Um you only live once. Yeah, because that's my thing. Like, let's be honest. Most people, once they get to that point, you're not living. I would love to sit around some old person that's all telling their old crazy stories of how things. It's probably the fun because one, like old people already don't give a fuck. You know what I'm saying? Huh. Hey, I mean it's true, right? Like, what can you do at that point? Oh man, how can you imagine like what the feeling is knowing that you're counting down your days, right? I mean, there's nothing that you can do, and you get to the point where you just accept it. Like, and I mean, I don't think I'd be tripping on it too bad. Maybe things I probably want to do get done, whatever. But I think once you accept that, because I don't think I have a fear of death. Yeah, and that's what I'm saying. Like, I don't think I have a fear of death. I have a fear of maybe the way I die, but I don't have a fear of death because, like I said, at this point, I've dealt with it so much, been around it so much. It's just it's been a thing so much um, that I'm not. It's not death that I fear that I'm concerned about. Right? It's just the way I go. Like I would rather not. And seeing again, that's a different situation. Like say you had as a parent, that's a thing. And I will be honest. That's something that slowed me down in some of my behaviors a lot, right? Because with my sister dying young, right? With my sister dying early, and I think about my mom and knowing what she went through. Like, I don't think that I don't think any parent. I hate the fact that any parent has to suffer through losing their child, right? That's That's a fucking thing. So that's definitely been a part of my decision making on certain shit. Cause there's some shit that I probably would have crashed out on a long fucking time ago. But just that little thought that there's some potential here to, this situation could end up one or two ways. And it's just like it's been a couple of situations where I'd be like, catch him on the next one. You know what I mean? But if it happened, like, how would I even know? But that's a thought that I have. Like, I'd hate for her to have lost both of her fucking kids before she passed. Right. But yeah, as a parent, I mean, you got a whole new set of situations. That's definitely different. So I don't need to have no fucking kids. Like, so I can crash out when the time is right. Oh, but no, it's yeah. I think you have to. I think once you've accepted it, because I mean, it's inevitable. We're all gonna clock out one day, right? We're all gonna die one day. I just don't want to like be burned alive. I'd rather not drown if I ain't gotta. Um, outside of those two, I mean, if it's gonna happen, I prefer it to be something quick. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to be just suffering around land, but I mean, shit, it is what it is. You don't really get no choice. I don't think too much. Um, Unless you decide to do what they're doing in Canada, euthanize yourself or whatever. But yeah, if it was up to me, yeah, just get over it. It's like I said, it's not the fear of death. I'm actually. Here's a question. Oh, plane crash. I thought about that. Like because just the that period of time of descent. You know what I mean? Like what are you thinking? Like what are you thinking? What are you experiencing? Because you don't have enough time to really to gather everything. I mean, it seems like pure panic. You know what I mean? Uh, have a fear of being buried alive? Yeah, I definitely would have. Yeah, claustrophobia. Um, Definitely wouldn't want to do that. But it's just like I say, it's a situation where I think you. I mean, I'm. Here's a question for everybody. What do you believe is on the other side of death? Right? I know some people believe you're going to go to heaven. Some people believe, various, you're going to go get 72 virgins, or, some people believe it's a wrap. What is it, the Lutherans, I think? They just, once you die, something like that. Like, what's on the other side? If you do die and go to heaven, and what does that feel like? You see, what is a dimension? That's what I think. I don't, the soul has to go somewhere. I just, I'd hate to feel that there's no continuation, right? But there was a point where you didn't exist. Is there a point where you go to you don't exist, right? Is this it's a very interesting thing, and that's why I say I find it Event Horizon. No, I hadn't seen it. Is it on the Netflix? Definitely check it out. Let me see something. And what was the? Oh yeah, because it was Cash talking about the game Undisputed yesterday. I need to. Oh shit! Horizon. So okay, let me check it out. You write that down. I forget sometimes. I'll be in my own little zone. I'll be watching shit, and I'll be jotting down little things, little statements and phrases I come up with, and I was just turning through my page, and I just seen a couple of them. There's definitely some fun phrases we'll be using in the near future. Let me check it out. See if I can. I'm sure it's on Prime Max or something. Oh, yeah. Oh, thank you, feed Jetty. All right, let me see here. This is what I'm gonna do. I know normally we rock the whole two, but we probably do about an hour and a half tonight. I'm not gonna lie, I'm a little tear day here. A little tired, especially after my my little earlier scenario. I'm just oh my goodness, a couple of details I had to leave out of the story, but yeah. Um, Reincarnation. What do you think about karma? Do you believe that karma is real? Because most people only refer to karma when they're referring to somebody or something bad someone did, right? You never hear somebody say somebody did something. You never hear somebody like rescue somebody from a burning car. It's like you're gonna get all the great karma, buddy. Like shit. People who save people alive and they down bad worse off than they've ever been. You know what I mean? I know people who are out there doing some of the worst of the worst, right? And living it up, right? Come as real as you make it. I can see that. See everybody talking about that dude, and I find that very interesting. I find it super weird that rapper that just got killed. People like which one? Which one has got killed? They dropping like flies every day. Um, but the one who made that whole thing, I don't know that who made that whole fucking song about all the motherfuckers that got dropped. Like it's a whole wild world out here. But like, yeah, this guy's the guy who's allegedly caught a bunch of bodies, and something happens to him, and people. I find that to be the weirdest thing. When a motherfucker that you know is a known killer or criminal, or not only say just because you're a criminal, because depending on the crimes you commit, I'm not judging you. Like, I'm not judging you. I believe that you should do the right thing, but I also believe that we live in a system that is kind of fucked. So I'm not always against people when they find ways to beat the system, right? If you're not harming other individuals in doing what you're doing, I'm not necessarily too mad at what people are doing, right? If you're not causing physical harm, detriment, turmoil, mental, any of the things, you're not stealing from individuals, taking their livelihoods from them, you know what I mean? Treat people the way you want, yeah, golden rule. Well, something like that. And it's just like I'm finna go into a whole alphabet tirade. I'm a chill. But yeah, and like I say, you get all these people do these things, do bad shit, brag about doing bad shit to people. And then when something happens to him, you're like, oh, he didn't deserve it. He was such a good, like, shut the fuck up. But at the same time, to the people that he was around, to the people that he was on the same side with, yeah, he might have been a good guy. Might have been a great guy. Might have been, whatever. Same way, like we look at certain athletes or fighters or something. You know what I'm saying? Oh, he's the greatest ever. Like, do you feel like their opponents think that? Like, think like a Mayweather or who was whoever. You know what I'm saying? Like, like man, this motherfucker beat your motherfucking ass. Like, shout out to Wade, man. I have never heard. I don't think I have ever heard a Houston Highway analogy, not used in a positive light, at least. Right? Um, that's fucking funny. That's fucking funny. So this is what we're gonna do. I'm gonna wrap it up a little bit early this evening. Um, Now that the sound is back better, uh, everything else looking good. I'm gonna be dropping some short content tomorrow. Uh, I like that though. You ever get a kick out of that shit? Like motherfuckers speeding and cut through lane, they be all over the place, and then by the time you get to like the next stoplight or your exit or whatever, you in the same spot. You just look at that motherfucker like you did all that for what? Like you end up there at the same fucking time. Oh, that I find that very amusing. So like I say, we're gonna wrap it up a little bit early. I'm thinking, I'm thinking live mañana, right? I'm figuring out what the schedule is going to be back on Monday. Got a whole new little game plan in the mix. We fuck with the sauce. We should be back on track Monday for the sauce. Um, Trying to think. Other than that, other than that, other than that, I'm gonna get the line fixed right now. I'm using the little temporary line. I probably should have another den line or den slash sauce line. Everything good to go for that. It's a couple of topics I want to get on. I don't know if I'm gonna do short videos. I think I'm gonna start doing short videos mainly on topics for growth, and the den lives are gonna be more free range conversation. Ultimately, I think that's how we're gonna start kind of handling it. Because what I tend to do, I talk about a lot of stuff in the particular topics, and I'll be like, damn, those are actually little videos I could have made. Um, but man, I appreciate y'all, man. I thank y'all for being here. Again, I say take them little gaps. I do my little shenanigans, and it's always good to see you, man. Because even when I'm not around, I think about y'all, and like I say, these little interactions. I'm a weird. I'm a weirdo. I value all of this. I do. I value like even if I've never met you, never been faithful. I value these things. Like it's important to me. So it's good to know that y'all are all right. To know that y'all are alive. Except for Professor Trill, I hope that he farts in his truck in his sleep and wakes up gagging. I hope he self-inflicted punishment, right? I hope it's so bad. I hope it's one of them bad Taco Bell orders. Shout out to the CWB. You gotta have a C. You really living if you ain't fucking with the CWB. But other than that, man, I do. I love y'all. I appreciate y'all. I sincerely mean that, man. Like I said, y'all could be anywhere in the world. And the fact that y'all came and kicked it, that y'all spent some time in the den with your boy, man, I highly value that. So let's say rocking tomorrow, 9 o'clock. If y'all ain't got nothing to do, y'all know where I will be. I'll be looking for y'all. But for now, chucking up a douche. Y'all be cool like y'all be cool. And y'all take care of yourself. Yeah, for real. Again, as always, it's my honor, my privilege, and more than anything, it truly is my pleasure. So with that being said, I'm out. And yeah, I'll get y'all some rest, get y'all some sleep, man. And fuck Bertle. I don't even think Bertle a real thing. We'll see what happens with that. I'm gone.